I I don't even know what to say. That's like makes me like happy about this game. Um, Listen, that game sucked. The end was bitter. It's demoralizing. It's just a bad game. It just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. That's the second time this year where you've blown a lead against Boston in the third period where you could have closed it out. That's two games in a row you've given up a two-goal lead in the third period, and it was another bad start. So, there was positives out of this game. There was obviously some negatives. Honestly, this game wasn't great. It got better as it went on. Very even hockey game, I will say. But the Flyers, they shot themselves in the foot in this one. Couple notes to start off. Flyers wore the reverse retro jerseys tonight, the Carter Hart one that I have hung up. They wore those. Same lines pretty much. Gustafsson is in, Hag is out. You have Giroux, Patrick with Voracek, Lindblom, Hayes, and Konechny, JVR, Lawton, and Farabee, Raffle, Bunneman, Alby, Kubel. Defense, Provorov and Ghost, Sanheim and Myers, Gustafsson and Braun. And as I said, Carter Hart in net. For this one, fourth line starts, and 12 seconds in, it is 1-0 Boston. Just an absolutely disgusting goal from Pasternak. Goes between the legs, I thought he tucked it 5-hole when I first saw it. Sent a backhand pass, went off Provorov, and ended up hitting off the post and going in. It's 12 seconds in, it's 1-0. Wow, great start, guys. Lawton line had a good shift. Ghost shot from the point. Flyers looked very slow. Boston was attacking essentially all over. Every forward that had the puck at the blue line for the Flyers was right there with either one or two Bruins on them. Kept the puck alive. It was turnovers galore. Terrible period. It seemed like that the Flyers, they do this every game where they just cannot get their legs moving. They're not mentally prepared to start a hockey game. And you're 11 games into the season now, and it's the same stuff every single game that continues to happen. They didn't have a shot on net even at the first TV timeout at 13:40. Fourth line, they got their first shot. Bunneman got their first shot around the 10-minute mark. It took you half a period to get one shot on goal. Hart had a really nice save on Clifton after a terrible shift. Really nice glove save. Konechny lost his man, left Clifton wide open. JVR had a really nice play to set up Agassi's spare chance. Flyers were getting some zone time, some good shifts late. Nothing crazy. Terrible period. It's the same stuff that happens in every start of the game that just happened again tonight. No forward in position for a pass. The D taking too long to move it because, as I said, there's no forward in position. Turnovers, it was just bad. Surprisingly, the shots on goal were tied at the end of this period. I couldn't even believe that when I saw it. I was like, wait, that must be a typo. Second period, Flyers are definitely getting some zone time early, a few good shifts, generating shots on net. It was honestly, this was a pretty good, I feel like this game kind of settled down. Late in the first, Flyers kind of got their legs moving, and then, the second kind of settled down, very even game. Definitely a better period. Flyers get a power play here at 9:50 of the second. Voracek and strip. I don't even understand what that power play was. They did absolutely nothing with it. Shorthanded breakaway save on Crowley. That was essentially the turning point of this period because if that goes in, it's 2-0. And, the Flyers end up getting a goal here. Hayes makes it 1-1 off some Flyers zone pressure, off of a McAvoy broken stick. Voracek settles it down, sends it back to Myers, down low to Sanheim, sends it over to Hayes, who was wide open for a one-timer, went off of Resk, glove, and in. That was around the 4-minute mark of the first period. So, really, if that's a 2-0 game, this game would have looked a lot worse than it did. And the Flyers, they get the goal. Hart looked very good after the goal. Hart deserves so much more after tonight's game. He was essentially left out to dry on, pretty much every goal, maybe besides the first one. That's just a terrible bounce. But, again, he deserved a lot better tonight. He looked very, very zoned in after that first goal, I'll say that. Boston ends up getting a power play here with a minute 35 left. JVR with a slash. Again, it's just ticky-tack calls they keep calling. Better period overall. Some nice plays in the offensive zone. Hart looked sharp. But again, the Flyers, they got the tying goal. They got to go into the third. And there was a penalty. And since that JVR penalty is 25 seconds of the Bruins power play that goes over, pretty solid penalty kill to end that period. Shots on goal after the period were 21-19 in favor of Boston, and the shots in the period were 13-11 in favor of the Bruins. 25 seconds running over is killed off, and a minute 3 into the period, the Flyers get a goal. Voracek makes it 2-1. JVR forces another turnover. When I had said that JVR forced that play to get a Goss a spare chance, it was a similar play. He got into the zone. He forechecked well. He made a good read along the wall, and he set up a chance, and the Flyers ended up getting a goal here. Patrick was set up for a shot, maybe a pass. Ended up getting deflected. Sanheim shot, just dribbled right to forecheck. He had a wide open 4x6 to shoot at. And it was a 2-1 lead there for the Flyers. Back and forth play for the goal. A couple Bruins chances. Myers set up a play for JVR on a breakaway, saved by Rask. A little bit before that, Patrick had a partial breakaway. That was saved by Rask too. Flyers had too many breakaways, couldn't get a goal there. But Farabee ends up making it 3-1 here off a 2-on-1 with Lawton. JVR forces another turnover right at the blue line. Flyers get the 2-on-1 the other way. Great pass from Lawton over to Farabee, and he rips it. And it is a 3-1 Flyers lead with 11:19 left. Now, this is the most aggravating end of the game, I think. So, you get Gustafsson makes a really nice play to start a rush. The Flyers, they were generating their chances definitely after that. Boston ends up getting a power play, and 10 seconds in, it's 3-2. Provorov and Sanheim play the exact same guy. Again, I don't know how many times I've said that, where they have guys playing the same man. Nothing Hart could do. Wide open tap and goal for Pasternak. It's 3-2. Okay. Now, the Flyers, they get some offensive zone pressure from the fourth line, and Raffl draws a penalty. Okay, it's 3-2. You have a power play with 5 minutes and 43 seconds left in the third period. Ice the game. Please. Nope. First unit had some pressure in the O-zone, retrieved pucks well. That's a power play where you need to score. You need to score on that power play. You know Boston is coming out. You know they're coming after that. You know that they're just going to come and they're going to have some step, because they did. But even before they took the penalty, they were all over them. You needed to score on that. This is the most aggravating call I've ever seen. Boston gets a power play with 2-on-1 left. A hooking call on Hayes. Oh my God. This was I don't understand why that penalty is called with 2 minutes left in a hockey game. It is such a weak call. It's not even funny. They call that. Okay. The Flyers, they kind of get into the zone. They really defended well late on this. I'll say that. The Bruins really couldn't get into the zone. And then just a play where Myers kind of missed Marchand right at the blue line, and they get in, they set it up. It's a bouncing puck, it's all over, and Pasternak's just wide open. Baseball swats it as soon as it hits the ground, and it's a tie game with 13.9 seconds left. It's terrible. And then Lawton, I don't understand what Lawton was doing here. He takes a penalty for interference with a minute 53 of power play time for the Bruins in overtime, and Bergeron scores as soon as they get set up into the zone. It's a shot, tip save, again, right there on the pad, off the pad of Hart, right to Bergeron again. He taps it home, and it's a game winner. It's such an aggravating game. You had a bad start. You settled the game down. You got a goal early in the third period. You got an insurance goal. You had a bad call, and then you took a really bad penalty with 7 seconds left. After Lawton actually had a pretty good game. I thought Lawton played good. But man, that is not a penalty you can take late in a game like this. So, again, the Flyers, they take too long to get into a game. And it actually didn't necessarily hurt them, taking too long to get into the game, which is so weird saying. They were up 3-1. They blow another 2-goal lead. You give up, 3 power play goals. And, you let another lead slip away, and you let another win against Boston slip away like that. Just like that. Just like that Thursday game in the, I believe, 5th or 6th game of the season. It's another game where it's just going to hurt you. So now, you have to think that they come into Friday and they pick up a win. This is definitely a demoralizing win. It's a game where you really wanted to see them win this game. Like, this is a game where, Hart deserved better, and I say that because he looked fantastic after that first goal. I don't blame any of the goals on him. 3 power play goals where you pretty much let guys wide open. Yes, I know the tying goal is a 6-on-4 and everything, but still, Hart deserved better in this one, I'll say that. It's a demoralizing win. It sucks. It's a game where you should have won. They defended so well late, so well. They couldn't even get into the zone. And Myers missed Marchand for a second, and it just gave them that little bit of room to get it over the line. A little bit. And they got in, and they made them pay. And it's a scorching hot power play. It's just, you cannot take penalties like that. And Lawton, it's such a boneheaded play late in the game like that. It sucks. It's definitely a stinger. I'll say that it sucks. Well, the Flyers, they suffered their fourth loss of the year. They are now 7-2-2 on the season. They pick up a point at least, but you should have had two. This is two games now against Boston where you should have had 2 points, and you let two leads in the past two games. You give up two third period 2-goal leads, and now you're slipping away points. But again, the Flyers, they pick up a point. And now they move into Boston on Friday night. Let me know your guys' thoughts below on this one. Again, really crappy end to this game. And I know a lot of things went down, but remember, guys, podcast articles, those links are on my channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.